Good morning, everyone. Once again, we are back with the history classes, and today we are going to start the important chapter of history Mahatma Gandhi and the national movement. So, students, the name of Mahatma Gandhi is not new for us. Everyone is aware about the name, and this is the name who changed that scene or scenario of Indian national movement with his own methods of struggle, and he is also known as father of nation. So we are going to discuss the most prominent personality of Indian national movement, Mr. Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi or Mahatma Gandhi. So let's have a look of a few pictures. So these are the pictures of Mahatma Gandhi or Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi as a barrister, and few more pictures are here. The smart dude, Mr. M.K. Gandhi, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, and here which picture is well known to you, everyone, on the notes of Indian currency, and it is loved by everyone. So students, we are going to discuss this chapter. Before that, we have to discuss the syllabus. So let's have a look for the syllabus. So in this we are going to discuss about Mahatma Gandhi role in national movement. So one thing I want to mention that early life and that about the life of Mahatma Gandhi is not the part of the syllabus, but what the things we are going to discuss in the syllabus, that are non-cooperation movement, causes of that one, Khilafat movement, Rola Tech, Jallianwala Bagh tragedy as the causes of non-cooperation movement, programs and suspension. Why it was suspended due to Chori Chora incident, that we'll discuss, and impact of movement, the civil disobedience movement, causes, reaction to the Simon Commission, declaration of Purna Swaraj at Lahore session of Congress 1929, Dandi March, program and impact of movement, and Gandhi Irwin Pact, and second roundtable conference, and that quit India movement, causes failure of Cripps mission, Japanese threat, quit India resolution, and significance of the movement. So these topics we are going to discuss only about Mahatma Gandhi and his contribution in the national movement. So students, early life is not the part of that syllabus, but some hint you can get. So I want to discuss something, that Mahatma Gandhi was born, as you know well, 1869 in Porbandar, Gujarat, that is now known as Gandhinagar, in Kathiawar district. So his father was Diwan of Rajkot. In 1888, he went to England to study law, and on completing his studies, he came back to India and started practicing law at Rajkot from 1893 to 1914, and he practiced law in South Africa. So whenever he was in South Africa, he established their Natal Indian Congress, and he worked for that black people there in South Africa, and African government had to listen the voice of the reason, and in 1914 repelled most of that unrest act against the Indians, and thus it was during this struggle of Mahatma Gandhi evolved that technique of satyagraha, non-violence resistance. So non-violence resistance technique of the movement was established by Mahatma Gandhi in the national movement. So let us go through that methods of Mahatma Gandhi, how he has took part, how he has conducted that national movement. So first thing we are going to discuss here, there were three main methods: Swadeshi, Satyagraha, and non-violence. So first we are going to discuss about Satyagraha. So Satyagraha is made of two words. Satya means truth, and Agraha means insistence, to hold the fact. To hold fast. So Satya plus Agraha means we are holding fast for truth. That is known as Satyagraha. So Gandhiji was very strong on the moral ground, and the moral force from inside the Gandhiji gave that Satyagraha a means a shape of weapon. He evolved with this one. This mean to be that fearless, truthful, as well as peaceful. So we have we are very familiar with Mahatma Gandhi and his policy, that was Satyagraha. Means he will not go against the government. By peacefully he will resist, and he will hold the fast till when his truth will not be accepted by British government. So Gandhiji made a distinction between the Satyagraha and passive resistance. Passive resistance does not exclude that use of physical force. So in passive resistance we can use the physical force, but in Satyagraha, totally peaceful protest. No physical force is used. So whereas the Satyagraha excludes the use of violence. So Satyagraha is not including the violence, while passive resistance is including that force or physical force. So this was the difference in the Satyagraha and passive resistance. So Gandhiji Satyagraha was a very ideal one. He never harm to anyone. His only motive was there that to realize that what we are saying, that is truth, and you have to accept that one. And for that, if whatever you are willing to do, you can, but we will not change our idea. So this Satyagraha is very clear to you, I think so. Satya plus Agraha means we will hold the fast for the truth, and will not harm to anyone. We will protest ourselves. So second one is doctrine of non-violence. So this idea basically taken from Buddhism, but Gandhiji implemented this idea in national movement. So non-violence is not a negative but positive and active force. So we are not going to hit anyone, we are not going to harm anyone, we are going for ahimsa. Means we are not going to do any injury, we are avoiding injury. As well as ahimsa parmo dharma, this statement is given by Lord Buddha, and according to this we are not going to harm anyone. So in the same way that same concept was adopted, that we are not going to harm anyone, and a strong movement or a strong protest we are going to do, but with non-violence. So Mahatma Gandhi set an example in front of the world by winning the battle without the weapon, with the non-violence. So that world achieving, whole world has seen when India achieved the freedom in 1947. Without any weapon, we got the freedom. We didn't use even a single weapon against the Britishers, as we are going to discuss in this chapter. So let us go through the next slide, and that is Swadeshi and mass movement. So Swadeshi and Satyagraha, Swadeshi and one more boycott. These two concepts Gandhiji has taken from his foreigners like Tilak and Gopal Krishna Gokhale. So Swadeshi means we are producing the necessary items of our own, and we are not dependent on anyone, or we are self-dependent. So in 1907, first Swadeshi store was established in India, as I told you. So Gandhiji focused to be self-sufficient, and that's why he was spinning the cotton and making that cloth for himself. And one more interesting thing is there about Gandhiji, that Gandhiji have seen that very pathetic conditions of Indian people. So he decided that he will not wear that full cloth, because that Indians, very poor farmers, were not having that clothes to cover their body. So that's why he decided to be like that. So now we are going to discuss about mass movement. So in South African experiment, Gandhiji experienced that if we are willing to lead India, then we have to lead with that masses. Because in India we are having different religions, different regions and social classes, but faith an ability that we can win, can make the people together, and movement will be more effective if the masses will be involved in the movement. So this was the concept of Satyagraha, non-violence, Swadeshi and mass movement. These four main doctrines of there for Gandhiji which he used in the Indian national movement. So let us start from his career, how his political career started. So you are watching this picture, Abul Kalam Azad, Sardar Patel and Gandhiji. So first time they meet during that one Champaran Satyagraha. So it was a first great experiment which we started in 1917 in Bihar. And what was that problem? Problem was there that Champaran is a district in Bihar and they were exploited by the European planters. What were that exploitation? They were forced to grow 3 part of that land or third part of that land out of 20. Means suppose you are having 20 acre land, then 3 acre land you have to grow indigo, that is compulsion. If you are not doing so, then you cannot do the agriculture. So their land and sell it to the British planters only. So one more thing was there, they will grow the indigo and they will sell it out to the Britishers only. They will not, they are not allowed to sell these one to another one. So this was that pathetic condition of farmers in Champaran district. So Gandhiji came out against this injustice, and he keep the voice against that Britishers, and he went there and he informed the district authorities to ban this one. But district authorities ban his entry in the district. Then he offered to Satyagraha, and as a result that district administration has to listen that voice of the indigo cultivators, and they got some relief from the district administration. So it was the first achievement of Mahatma Gandhi. Afterwards, whenever he become or he got the success in first movement, then he went for second movement. So second movement is known as Ahmedabad Satyagraha. So Ahmedabad Satyagraha, what was this one? So in Ahmedabad, mill workers were there, and they were on a strike against the so mill workers in a strike against the mill owners. So mill owners, you know well that who are the owners of mill, and mill workers were on strike. Why they were on the strike? They want to get higher wages. Why they want get higher wages? Because that mill owners were having a huge benefit, but they are not sharing with the workers. So Gandhiji thinks so that he should support the movement, and he went in the support of the movement, and he went on hunger strike. And afraid of consequences, that mill owners agreed that we will improve 35% in their wages. So that was a great achievement, or another achievement of Mahatma Gandhi. Then by his efforts, Ahmedabad mill workers got 35% increase in the wages. So that was also a milestone in that career of Mahatma Gandhi. And then he became more aggressive about his movement. So that another movement which he joined in 1918, same year, that was Kheda movement or Kheda Satyagraha. So what was Kheda Satyagraha? So the crops in that Kheda, that was a tribal areas, and there peasants were not in position to pay the revenue, but government was forcing them to pay the revenue, and government refused that we are not going to leave out. So Gandhiji organized the peasants and offered satyagraha, and the peasants refused to pay that revenue, and ultimately government was forced to arrive the settlement with the peasants. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel became Gandhiji's follower during this struggle. So as I have shown you that picture before, so Gandhiji became the follower of Sardar Patel became the follower of Gandhiji after this Kheda Satyagrah. And first experiment in Satyagrah brought Gandhiji into the close contact with the masses. So these three movements made Gandhiji popular in India, and he became the voice of India and Indians, and that's why he lead further non-cooperation movement, civil disobedience movement, and finally quit India movement. So we'll discuss these topics in next slides. So I hope you understood today's topic. So till then, stay home, stay safe, and have a nice day. Thank you very much. Tomorrow we'll meet again with that holidays homework. Tomorrow you have to go through that one. And one more thing, that you can go through the videos of holidays homework and project work. If any problem is there, if any misunderstanding is there, you can write me in comment section. I will clear doubts in the next video. So all the best.